We've always tried hard to engage with students as much as possible, both in terms of the feedback of their experience and also in terms of them engaging with their studies. We've done that usually through student representation at committee meetings, and those have produced some benefits but also some disadvantages, because often you'll get students reporting back their own kind of concerns, which may not be representative of the whole group, but also just that happens not necessarily as those problems are arising. So I think we have an opportunity with Unitu to solve and resolve those problems really as they arrive.
With Unitu, we don't have to wait to those formal face-to-faces that we have with student reps. The dialogue is ad hoc, it's ongoing, and stuff can be resolved within days if it's within our power to do that.
We were just kind of struck by how powerful a tool it seemed to be. It seemed to be one of those things that we'd been yearning for years and hadn't really had a solution to. How do you create a quick feedback loop between staff and students that can be anonymous but can also be public, that can ensure that people actually feel like they're getting heard, get responses, all that kind of thing, and in a really sort of democratised way? I think that sort of dialogue element of Unitu means that students actually understand what staff are doing about it, when they're doing things about it, and that closes that feedback loop, and that eases a lot of the frustration I think that students feel.
I raised the issue that we should have a public speaking class because I thought we were all in dire need of it. And the university addressed it very quickly, and within a few weeks it was added to one of our days to have a public speaking class. So, it worked out great, but yeah, I just put it out there and it was addressed immediately.
The number of direct complaints to me has reduced very significantly as a result of people being able to air their grievances on Unitu in an appropriate way and have those resolved. There's a very efficient way of resolving from very small problems before they turn into very big problems. And that's really good for the university. That's really good for student experience in the future.
I think one of the brilliant sort of elements of Unitu is the fact that it has to be upvoted in the private space before it moves to the public space. So by the time it gets there, we know that it's got support from a broad range of students. And that actually sort of lends it real credence when the staff sort of actually come across it for the first time. And it also means that staff aren't oversaturated with sort of a lot of small issues which they might consider petty or that have come up again and again and again. It actually makes sure that everything's consolidated and answered in a sort of a structured, organised way, and in a way that we know that it's an actual issue rather than just a gripe.
I think the university is obviously keen to show everybody in all programs, hey, you're going to say something, we're going to listen to you. And in that sense, it brings the administration and the heads of department, everything kind of into our world a little bit.
I think we've learned quite a lot that we didn't already know about our students. And it certainly helps us to understand student psychology a lot better. Unitu just allows you that insight, which just helps you be smarter as an academic.
It really does, for me, have the potential to change the game around student engagement. We've, as a sector, we've struggled for years with student satisfaction scores and with sort of, well, why don't students engage and all that kind of thing. But this actually takes away a lot of the barriers of entry to engagement. It makes it very simple for students to get involved in part of the process.
It's not for the faint-hearted, I think, that I would say. But why anybody would be faint-hearted about getting improved communication with their students, I don't know. We've really liked it. I'm not sure how well we'd operate without it now, to be honest.